Hello traders, today I want to show you a day trading strategy with a very high win rate. It was over 90% with a risk to reward of 1-to-1 after 50 trades on 2 forex pairs. You see the Excel sheet of my backtest. I traded Euro, USD and AUD CAD. And the win rates for the different risk to reward ratios are 94, 88 and 78%. This is extreme. After 50 trades I could increase the initial balance of 10k to these numbers here, and the risk for each trade was 1% of the current account balance. I tested the ratios 1-to-1, 1-to-1.5, 1-to-2 and the target set to a daily pivot. I will explain this in a moment. Okay, so let's go to an example chart. This is AUD CAD on the 15 minutes time frame. I used the following indicators. First one is the ICT kill zones and pivots by TFO. And here are the settings for the sessions for the Asian session, London and New York. At these times I will execute my trades. Well, the Asian session is not needed for the assets I trade. I'm just trading during London and New York. And the next indicator is the pivots. It is called pivot point standard. And these are the settings. I set the time frame to daily and I only enable the pivot point P. Disable all the other ones S and R. Alright, another important indicator is previous day high and low. I use the default settings, very simple. You can see it in the chart. It is a blue line for the previous day's high and low. Another one is the 20 EMA, a default indicator. I guess we all know that. And the last but not least, I added an RSI with the default settings. Okay, now for the strategy. This will be a short trade. What I want to see is that price comes above the previous day's high and then reverses back below, and at the same time I want to see a shift in market structure. That this low that made the high is broken. And when I say broken, I mean that price is closing below. Okay, now we have both the market structure shift and price is below the previous day's high. So the first condition is met and now the price pulls back. That's what I want to see as long as this high is going to hold. Now you could argue that we could enter the trade because we are going to make a lower high. But my entry condition is that price goes again below the previous day's high and we are below the 20 EMA. And the RSI is below 50. So wait here till New York opens and price goes below the previous day's high, making lower highs and finally breaks this support. Okay, this could be an entry on the 15 minutes time frame. The stop loss are set to the previous swing high. And when I set the target to the daily pivot, it has to be at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. This is even larger. This is 1-to-1.4. And you see when I let the trade play out, I get a 1-to-1 risk to reward. It also hits the pivot point that could act as support, but it goes lower to a 1-to-1.5 and even to a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Alright, but to get a better entry point, I like to enter the trades on the 5-minute time frame. So go back again here in history on the 5-minute time frame, wait for price to go below the previous day's high, and now it is at this support, so I wait for the next candle to close below. This is the entry then, and you see when I set the target to the daily pivot, it is way better than before with the same stop loss. So same risk, but better risk to reward. Okay, before we come to the next example, let me announce a trader and a channel that I really like. It is Tom from Simply Forex and he is trading the way I do, support and resistance, and multi-time frame analysis. On his channel you find free videos and a members only section, but what I find really amazing is that you get live streams almost every single day where he is analyzing forex pairs, indices and futures. And the best thing, he has a Discord, which is also free, but there's also VIP channels where he is sharing all his trades as signals. Check out his channel, the link is in the description below. Don't miss it, this guy has 15 years of knowledge. Great stuff. Here's another example, this time on the Nasdaq. This is a trade that I actually took and that I also showed on Twitter, sorry, X. This is what I call an A setup. Price comes above the previous day's high and immediately reversed. To see where we have a shift in market structure, I draw here the trend. And it is this candle that breaks the low that made the last high. So at this point I go again to the 5-minute time frame and then wait for an entry pattern. For example, this engulfing here, it's not that strong but it should work, and I assume that the high of the 15 minutes time frame should hold. Alright, so let's play it out. First 1 to 1.5, I guess we are going to reach this. The pivot is way below this entry. Okay, the TP is hit and also the 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Now you could close the trade or you could lower your stop loss. For example, set it above this high so you can't lose in this trade. And then wait that price hits the daily pivot. And in this case it is hit to at least a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So this was the introduction to the strategy. I planned videos to go more into the details. But of course a strategy is nothing without a broker that has low spreads and low commissions, and therefore I recommend Hankotrade. They have spreads as low as 0 pips and it is very easy to register. Just go to their website, no KYC documents are needed, just go ahead and give it a try. Link is in the description. I hope you liked the video guys. If you do, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions about the strategy or my channel or whatever, add it to the comments below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you here on the Trading Guide.